Offensive lineman Patchen coming back, do you feel comfortable putting in a game if you need the fifth defensive end to sort of become the fourth defensive end?
Our mentality right now is we're getting all those guys ready to play. We like where Scott was going before he got hurt, and we're certainly rooting hard for his recovery. But in terms of Pat and Joe, we are getting them ready. You know, they've got to get in and they've got to get snaps. Because the same thing, these guys understand, you know, things change so fast during the season, and all of a sudden injury reshuffles the deck, and you know, you thought, well, gosh, you know, I'm fifth in line. That line can get short. So the neat thing about two-a-days and the way that Coach Rick has run his camp, really since the beginning of spring, is we've repped everybody. When we look at all of our players on defense, and they're all, you know, tools in the toolbox, and we've been getting every one of them game ready. We want to sub in a lot of guys anyway defensively. So now the issue is how much can we use of them? But it's not like we've been, well, you're a freshman, so you've been, you know, in the shallow end of the pool, you know, you're not really learning stuff. They've been getting the same amount of coaching as Chad Thomas and all the older guys. So they have to feel the urgency of like, gosh, these coaches are actually crazy enough to put me in the game, and I got to know what to do.
And with Bethel and Joe Jackson, have they shown anything? I know obviously it's hard to tell game ready off practices, but have they shown a tangible skill that makes you feel like they should be able to do this well if we put them on the field September 3rd?
You're speaking of Joe and Pat?
Exactly.
Yeah, but both those guys have flashed and made a play. They both have skills in terms of being good against the run in the pass. The difference is that a game is coming now, and just to be able to play at game speed. Young guys want to go out there and just look around and watch, and will the moment be too big for them? That's a hard part with freshmen. We obviously got a whole truckload of them.
Last question for Coach Diaz.
Linebacker position. You might have 3 freshmen out there. I want to know. We know what Jermaine can do. We know. How about Zach McLeod and maybe is C.J. Perry also playing strong side?
Yeah.
Who can you talk about each one of those guys? And you know, also I want to ask you about Pinckney in that race.
Well, all those guys. Zach is a runner and hitter. He might be as hard of a hitter as anybody we have, maybe on the whole defense. He's learning the discipline of playing linebacker. You know what I mean? Of getting his eyes in the right place and being able to transition from run to pass. But because he's tough, we'll always have a place for him. Zach McLeod is tough. He's established that in the locker room. Everybody knows that he's one of our big bangers on our defense. Now he's got to make sure he's hitting the right guy. You know, it can't be ready, fire, aim. CJ's been in the program a little bit longer. CJ has the athleticism to play out there. The question with him is the battle between those two has been, again, for both of them, learning in the new scheme, and so the tiebreaker is going to be the physicality. You know, and it's going to be the toughness. You know, and that's right now where Zach noses it. But you see good things from both of those guys. You see bad things from both, which is common for inexperienced players. And then Pinckney, it's been good to get him back into the equation. This past week, him and Gordo sort of rolled back and forth with the ones. We have not made a decision with those two guys. But again, what he provides is you know, what you're looking for, that will linebacker, which is that guy that chases the play down, has a great instinct for slipping through gaps, you know, fitting into the backfield, making plays on the other side of the line of scrimmage. So it's been a welcome sight to get him back into the rotation.
Manny, real quick, what did you like and didn't like about the run defense in the scrimmage?
When, you know, our one defense, I think for our math we had like 2.09 a carry. You know what I mean? So overall that was solid. What I felt like we turned down is some tackles for losses. You know, there are plays to me that are 3-yard gains, which statistically is a great run. It's a good run play, good run defense. Where we might have had a guy in the backfield had we all, you know, maybe not stopped our feet on contact or something. And the difference in terms of game structure, what 2nd and 11 or 2nd and 12 does to 2nd and 7, it changes an offensive dynamic, changes mentality, makes 3rd down such a different animal. So I would say some of those things are the things we're showing our players in terms of really trying to you know, again, to create that knockback, to fill our gaps and be more aggressive, and then guys wanting to get off blocks and get to the ball, multiple gang tackles, a lot of assists, those type of things. So again, you couldn't grade it poorly because of what the numbers were, but our standard of how many, you know, hits we want to make behind the line of scrimmage was